Third one, include a list of recommendations to secondary English language teachers to cater to their needs and improving their language proficiency. So, since this is an actual research paper, we aim to also suggest different techniques and strategies to teachers so they would be able to improve their, not only their English proficiency, but also their teaching to different students. Next.
For the solution strategy, for the participants, we are considering taking 10 secondary level English language teachers who are currently employed and teaching coming from 5 different high schools.
So we came to this decision because since there are just two of us, we aim to have the participants with only the number of 10, so we would be able to effectively observe, interview, and conduct different standardized testing for the teachers. So we would be able to get credible results, and also we would be getting different teachers from 5 different high schools, so that we will not just be generalizing teachers based on a certain school. So we'll be getting different.
So in short, it's a small scale research experiment, and since there's only there's only two of us, we could focus more on the amount of people, considering that it's only 10. So next. Factors to be considered: teachers of English classes, secondary level teachers currently employed in high school, language background, and years of teaching English in high school. Research instruments.
Okay, so for research instruments, we are planning to conduct an interview, an observation with, of course, a predetermined checklist so that we will not be missing anything based on the criteria we are looking for with the teachers. And school's evaluation record of teachers, if ever the school has evaluation, like their own observation of the teachers, so that we could also base it and get more credible results. And then video recordings of our interview, and if possible, also the observation, and online standardized tests. So the online standardized tests consist of different macro skills such as the speaking, listening, reading, and we also have viewing and writing. So the sequence of the research instruments is first we will be conducting an observation with predetermined checklist, and then we will be conducting an online standardized test for the teachers to answer. And of course, we would also ask the school's evaluation, and then we would be conducting lastly the interview, so that the interview would serve as like a confirmation between the teachers and us researchers. And we would also video record it so that every detail of the research would be taken note of. Like for example, when we are talking with the teachers, we would easily be able to have the knowledge whether the teacher, for example, is proficient in English in terms of speaking. So one way, that's also one way.
Thanks. For the procedure, first we're going to ask permission for the school to conduct the study, ensuring that for the study to work, we have to ask permission for the heads of the school itself. Perform observation, like what Lisa said earlier, while observing is so basically it's explained it earlier what we're going to do with regards to the instruments.
And of course, it's important to ask permission to the teachers and also to the school. So for example, we would want to videotape the interview and videotape the classroom observation. It's also important so that we would not harm any privacy or...
Plus we won't be held liable for any cases if ever they try and sue us or anything, or put us into any legal actions. Next. Expected outcomes. The level of proficiency of English language teachers.
So we expect to be able to gather data determining the level of proficiency of English language teachers based on our 10 participants and how are they doing in terms of their teaching in high school.
the English language teachers' difficulties in their language use. So basically, what Hazel said earlier, we're going to determine the difficulties of those teachers by focusing on the different macro skills. And next is the English language teachers' perception of their language use. So here you can see, later on we're going to discuss that parts of the interview itself is we're going to ask how well they think their